welcome back. It's Shelby and today we are making a really cool hairpiece. So I have my hair up, I think the way I need it. I might need to change it a little bit later. But basically, and I want to apologize, like I would love to insert like a clip of the picture here of what I'm talking about. But honestly, I don't know enough about like copyright laws to risk it. Basically what I want to do is recreate some close facsimile to the headpiece that Blake Lively wore to the Met Gala in 2018. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to include the picture because it's not my picture, and while I think it's okay if you're like inserting something just to like reference it or to show what you're talking about or to show what you're trying to make, I'm not going to risk it. It's not my picture, I'm not putting it up there, but just Google Blake Lively Met Gala 2018. You will see what I mean. It's this gorgeous like halo headpiece thing. Actually, a lot of people had some really cool headgear that year, so yeah, basically I have been obsessed with it, and I've been looking at it more and more recently as something that I want to try to make. It's not really something practical that you can wear all the time, but it's really cool. So I've been looking at it and looking at close-ups, and I'm not saying this is what it's made out of, but it looks like it's made out of zip ties, honestly. Like at first I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, like there's no way I can make that, like how can I make that, and trying to like look at it. So I've been looking at like detailed close-ups of it, and it really does look like gems on gold zip ties to me. So that is what I'm making today, because honestly, even if that's not what it's made out of, it looks like it. So if I make something out of zip ties, it's gonna look pretty close. So that's what I'm doing today. That's gonna be the craft. Here's everything you're gonna need. A rubber band, one scrunchie enough to go around like your bun, however big your hair is. Not super big, just like a normal rubber band. And zip ties. I have an assortment kit here of 4-inch and 8-inch ones, so I just figured I can't possibly use all of these, so I grabbed them. Also, I might be making some other crafts with them in the future. Hers is gold, so my gold spray paint, and hers has gems on it, so I got these multicolored adhesive gems. You guys know I love adhesive gems. They're just super easy to work with. Hers look like they're the little like claspy gems that were like hand put on, and I'm sure for her they were, but you know, for me adhesive is gonna work just fine. And then a multi-purpose tool in case I need it. Some of the prongs on her headpiece were bent back a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not, but I want the option. So that is everything you will need. I will link it in the description below along with my socials. If you guys like the craft, let me know by hitting that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and we will get going. Okay, so first off, I have zip ties. I have a couple of the big white 8-inch ones and then the 4-inch ones. Mainly I'm just going to use the yellow ones because gold over yellow is like, you know, if I miss a spot, you're not going to be able to tell. But I wanted to kind of measure out. I feel like these are like really big to be sticking out from behind your head. But on a bun, they'll be about like this, and they'll create that like halo effect. So I'm wondering if maybe I should just use the small ones, but I think I want at least a couple big ones in there. So I'm going to do a couple big ones, mainly small ones, and yeah, just start attaching and see where we go from there. So I'm sure you guys know how zip tie works, but if you don't, they look like this. This side with the increased thing that goes up, so you're gonna loop it below, and I'm not looping it in right now, but you would just pull it right through there and then it stays. There's like a little gripper in there that's gonna bite into the teeth on here, so that's how they work in case you're not sure. But literally all we're doing is just looping them through. Nice and tight until it looks like that. So I'm starting with the big one, and then I'm gonna go in next to it with a small one. The only thing I really want to keep in mind is I want them all to face the same direction. So if I start with it up like this, the next one needs to be up like that, not like this. I want them all to face the same direction. If it doesn't bother you, don't worry about it, but that's what I want for mine. So that's what I'm gonna do. Here we go. So two of them on look like this. So the idea of this piece is to have the radiating kind of spikes going out, kind of like a little sunburst. So that's what I'm doing with that. I'm gonna do a couple of the small ones for every big one. So probably I'm thinking like 3 or 4, maybe even 5. I'm honestly not sure, and I won't be sure until I like get enough on here. I know I want at least 4 big ones radiating off, but I don't know if I want like 6 or 8, probably 8 if I go that route, but I don't know how many little ones will fit. So there's 2 of them just like that. They actually are taking up a fair amount of room, so if I want 8, maybe I can just do like 3 little ones in a row, and then I realized I'm not on camera for any of this, sorry about that. 3 little ones in a row and then a big one maybe. Let me kind of measure that out. Just like that. So that would be 2, 3, 4. Do I maybe need a 4th one in between, do you think? So it'd be there. There. What do you think? I think that's probably pretty good. I don't know. Decisions. All right, we're gonna put one more on. We're gonna put one more. We've made a decision. It's gonna be 4 little ones to every big one. We're gonna hope that works out. Maybe it doesn't need to be an even number. I'm not sure. At least we're doing this on a rubber band so that if I like get to the end and can only fit 2 little ones in between a big one, I can like stretch it out and just make 2 more fit. So there we go, we got our little ones attaching the next big one. So this is like a super quick craft, and I think it's gonna turn out really well, honestly. Like, I know it seems a little weird, like a rubber band and zip ties, but this, the more I do it, like this right here, that actually kind of looks very much like hers, you know, like that looks real. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to kind of speed up the rest of the process because by now you know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna put 4 little ones, big one, 4 little ones, big one, and yeah, catch up with you when it's done. So this part I am speeding up and will probably cut out a little bit just for, you know, the sake of not making you watch me do all of this. It went through pretty quickly, but I'm literally just attaching all the little zip ties in the order that I said I was until they go all the way around, and I've got a 360 of my zip ties. Okay, so everything is on. This is what it looks like, and honestly, this looks pretty perfect. These are a little bit long, but I will trim them, and this kind of seriously looks like what she had, honestly. It's a little bit wobbly, but that's okay. I think maybe I could have even added more zip ties to it because there's a little bit of the rubber band showing through. And honestly, this isn't a brand new rubber band. It's just one from my drawer. So it's probably stretched out a little bit more than it should be, but whatever, we're gonna go with it because I need to stretch it over a bun anyway. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. It took about 8 minutes to get them all on there. So the next step is just to lay it flat outside, and we are going to spray paint it gold and start to make this thing look a little bit more regal. So nothing real super special or unique about this. I'm just spray painting each of the little zip ties gold and making sure that I get the paint on all of them, letting them dry, flipping it over and doing the back. I'm speeding this part up because you guys have seen me spray paint things gold by now. That's basically my go-to on this channel. Okay guys, so I don't even know what to call this, like, headpiece is dry. It's a little bit floppy, but I think that's okay. What's cool about it is that I thought I would need my multi-purpose tool because part of the headpiece on Blake Lively's is bent backwards a little bit, so I thought I'd have to like crimp them and bend them back, but like they already are. Can you see that? Where can I find it? There it is. They're all already bent back anyway, so I didn't notice that when I was hooking them up. Maybe it happens when you like attach them or anything, but awesome, one less step, right? So now I have my gems and I'm just going to be picking out a couple colors. I know she has a few red ones on hers. So basically this is the front because they poke backwards, and I'm just gonna take like a couple gems, different colors. I don't want them all to be the same, but since they are self-adhesive, just like that, just add a couple gems and a couple colors. I want to do it on the back side too, because on the front side, my head's going to cover like here to here. So really just this part is visible. And then on the back side, like basically the whole thing's visible with the exception of like right here where my hair is. So I want to put more gems on the back than the front, which is like kind of weird because that's the first like craft in all of my crafting experience where the back side is more important than the front side, I guess. But I have a couple red gems and I'm just going to put a red gem, I think, just on at least most of the spokes, and then just like grab a different color. I don't necessarily, the sheet's in a rainbow, which is really cool, and I don't necessarily want this to like scream like rainbow or whatever. I want it to like almost look like hers, and I know she had a couple different colors on there, so I'm gonna try and get it as kind of different colored gems, but make it look almost like real gems, if at all possible, at least from a distance, because I know that close-up adhesive gems really don't look like real gems at all. I mean, they're cute, they're shiny, they're definitely plastic. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of pop these on here as best we can, and pop a different color on every now and then and see what we end up with. We'll do the back as well. The back, honestly, I don't know. And I don't know if I'm gonna use all the colors. I'm reaching now for like the pale lavender purple. I think that against the red is actually gonna be really pretty. Those might be the only two colors I use. I'm still working on the front here. And on the one, on the image online I saw, she had, like I said, different gems that I'm using. She obviously didn't use adhesive gems, and I don't know if they were real or not, but they were definitely different sizes and shapes. I definitely saw like a large rectangular round one. There were some clear ones. So really what I'm doing with the gems is just kind of making it pretty. Like, it definitely isn't an exact match. I'm certainly not like taking a picture and lining up my gems with where her gems were. Basically this craft is just to see if I can create something that looks similar to her headpiece, and honestly, looking at it, like it's kind of starting to. Like, honestly, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty impressed with myself. So that's about all I'm gonna do for the front, because like I said, the back is almost where it's at, but just a little bit, a pop of color. Can you see the red and the purple a little bit? Like, it's pretty. So now I'm gonna do the back side, which is just gold, and I might leave that down. Maybe I'll do some different gems. Maybe I'll grab some blues, because that's kind of like a nice sapphire blue. And I think I definitely want some reds. I like sticking it on the big 8-inch ones. I don't know if I'm going to stick it on any of the smaller ones. Those are kind of cool because they just look like little bits of gold prongs in and of themselves. They don't necessarily look like, I don't know, something that you would need to stick a gem on, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't want this to be like so overladen with gems that it just looks ridiculous. Like, hers looked really beautiful and really elegant, and that's what I'm going for. So here we go. We have the blue on the back. I love blue and gold as a contrasting color. Blue and yellow, it's just so pretty. I might actually take the orange in this set. It's pretty gold like itself. So I might just pop those on here too, because it's really going to kind of blend in as far as a color source because it's gold on gold. But what it is going to do is just add a little bit of sparkle and reflection, which is nice, especially because like there is already like colored gems on here, but it'll just make it look like the gold is maybe actual metal, which I mean hers might actually be. I really don't know, but looking at it, it really does look like zip ties. So there we go. I'm just going to stick the last one on there. So we have purple and red on the front and blue and gold on the back. And I'm gonna go stick this in my hair. I do need a mirror for that, and I will be back wearing a, whatever this is, like a sunburst, starburst, halo thing, whatever it's supposed to be. It's so cool and I can't wait, and I'm gonna put it on and be right back. Oh my gosh, you guys, I might never take this off. This is the coolest thing ever. Like, it's so cool, it's so pretty. I kind of wish either my head was smaller or I used bigger ones of these, or I like put my bun up higher, because you can't really see the small ones if I'm like straight on to the camera, but you can see the big ones and I love them, and the little bit of gems like actually pretty visible. Like, I really like that. I'm gonna turn around so you can see the back, but it's so cool. Like, this whole thing is so cool, so easy to make, and it's literally just something that you put over your bun. Killed it, honestly. Like, this looks like what she had. Like, maybe I need like 6-inch ones here instead of the 4-inch. But like, this is it. This is awesome. All right, I'm gonna turn around. And here is the back. It's so pretty. I love it. I hope you guys do too. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I hope to see you here again soon. Bye for now.